go ahead and get started. Write the equation of the quadratic function that has the following table of values. Check using your calculator. And mainly what we're checking using our calculator is the a value. So to start this, what do I need to do very first? Draw it. Sketch a picture so that I know where the vertex is. Ooh, that's not good. Try that again. Okay, so I have the point 3, 2. I have the point 4, 5. I have the point 3, or no, 5, 2. I think I could stop there.
Yeah.
Why do I think I could stop there? I see the peak of the vertex, right? I went up and went back down. And that's really the whole point of drawing it, was to find the vertex. So I know that vertex is at 4, 5. So my equation is y equals a times x minus 4 parentheses squared plus 5. Any questions so far? I want to find that a value, so I'm going to pick an xy that's not the vertex, right? I already used the vertex, so pick a different point. 3, 2, or 5, 2, or whatever you want to pick. It doesn't matter. Am I going too fast? So we have 2 equals a times 3 minus 4 parentheses squared plus 5. What is 3 minus 4? And what's negative 1 squared?
One.
Do what?
Increase.
Yes, 1. Subtract 5 from both sides. Someone did.
Yeah.
Somewhere. Michaela, I think. Was it you, Michaela, that said 1?
I didn't hear anybody, so I think that's it.
So y equals negative 3 times x minus 4 squared plus 5. Any questions about that so far? I can use my calculator to check and see if that is a reasonable answer by finding the a value in the calculator. It better be negative 3. Oh, time out. In my stat edit, I'm going to type the data 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And the y values. Did we do this problem yesterday? Is this the exact one we did? No. Sorry about that.
Oh, it's alright.
Get you a review anyway. Stat, calculate, quadreg, list 1 and list 2, push calculate, and you get negative 3 for A, which means I probably did good. If you really want to know, you could FOIL that out and put it in standard form and see if it's the same. I would rather not do that, but I could if I wanted to. Okay, any questions about that calculator? Today we are actually going to learn how to go from vertex form to standard form and vice versa. So I want to remind you of how to find the vertex in standard form. I showed you this formula yesterday, but we didn't actually use it. So today we're going to go through and see how this formula works. Is it weirding any of you out that I'm sitting over here? You all okay? This way I don't have to go back and forth with the calculator. I don't do it very often. Yeah, I don't mind standing. The only thing is the small space, going back and forth with the calculator a bunch. That's why I pulled it out today. Okay, so to find the x value of the vertex, I'm going to do negative b over 2a. What is b? -1, right? And so what's negative b? Right, -1. Does everyone agree? So it is +1 over 2 times a. So -1/10 is the x value of the vertex. Any questions so far? If I know an x value, how can I find a y value? That would find the X-intercepts. So if I know x is 3 and I want to know the y value when x is 3, how do I do that? Plug it. Okay, right? We got to plug it in. So if I want to know a y value, wouldn't you plug in the -1/10? So I'm going to do that. That's what f of -b over 2a means. It means plug it in. If you want to find a y value, plug it in. So you can do that in your calculator or you can do it by hand. Since it's -1/10, I would probably pick up my calculator to do that, right? 2 ways you can do it. I'm going to show you both ways. One is in your home screen. I actually don't think I need to show you that. You can type in your home screen. You're pretty good at that. The other option is typing the equation in y1. The equation was -5x² minus x plus 21. This will keep you from making mistakes with parentheses. Does everyone know what I mean by that? So if you type the function in there, you can either use the table to type in -1/10 or value on the graph. So if you go to graph and you go to second trace value, and type -1/10, you notice in this method you have to wait on your calculator to graph it, so it takes a little longer. You get 21.05. Or you can go to your table and type -1/10 in your table if you have it set to where you can type. Either way, you get 21.05 for the y value. Any questions about that? So my vertex is the point -1/10, 21.05. Any questions so far? Now this problem didn't ask me to do it, but just to let you know what this opens up. Could I now write this equation in vertex form? I know the vertex, I know a is -5. I could write this equation in vertex form if I wanted to. We'll probably do that in a minute. Find the vertex and then convert to vertex form. So step 1 is find the vertex, and then we will just rewrite using vertex form. So, to find the vertex, I'm going to do x equals -b over 2 times a. Any questions so far? Once I get that, what am I going to do with it? Plug it in. And you can just do that in the calculator if you wish. By the way, I'm showing you how to do this by hand. Could you find the vertex in the calculator before today, before I even taught you this? Using the maximum or minimum button, right? So if you want to check your work using a calculator, by all means, do so. Oh, it is. Thank you. -3² is 9 minus 18 plus 2. I'm doing this without a calculator. You do not have to do that. -7 is the y value. So my vertex is -3, -7. Any questions so far? So what would vertex form be? What are the two things I need for vertex form? 9 minus 18 is -9 plus 2 is -7. And again, you could just type this whole thing in the calculator. It would also tell you -7 either way. I got lazy and didn't want to pull my calculator screen up. Hey, what's the first thing I need in vertex form? A. The A from this is the same A in vertex form. So what's A here? 1. So A down here is also 1. You don't have to write it if it's 1, but you can. X minus the X value of the vertex, since that's -3, we get +3 minus 7. Done. So I've now converted from standard form to vertex form. Found the vertex, then I've got vertex form. Try the next one. Did we learn this last year? Look familiar? Nope. Okay. How are we doing with this? Do you feel like it's okay? The A is the same, so no. You do, it just was 1. That makes sense. Be careful if you type this thing in your calculator. Use the fraction bar. Does everyone know what I mean by that? If you're typing this thing in your calculator, use your fraction bar so that you don't mess that up. It is -1. Is that what everyone got? Okay. If you got -4, it's because you didn't use a fraction bar. Your calculator divided and then multiplied and messed that up. Eight. Did we get 8? What is A? Perfect. Any questions about that? Yep, the A is the same in both forms. So that number in front is the same number in front either way. If you wanted to check and see if you did it right, you could FOIL x plus 1 squared out, multiply the 2 in, combine like terms. You better get this up here. So if you're on a test and you want to check and see if you did it right, that's an option. Okay. How many more do we need to do? You think one more? Maybe one more? Okay, let's do this one on the right, since it doesn't. A on this one's 1 again, so we'll do one on A. So x equals -b over 2 times A. 28. Y'all should check. Where am I getting the 28 from? Good. Plugging 5 into F. Did we get 28? Yeah. What is A? Perfect. Good. Any questions on finding vertex in standard form and converting that to vertex form? Put the equation in vertex form, then sketch a complete graph of the function. I do want you to try to do these by hand, but by all means check them in your calculators. So to put this in vertex form, what do I first need to find? The vertex. So I'm going to find the vertex. I'm going to put that answer down here. -1 and then -3.5. I should check my work. Oh, you might be right. Let me check. Use a calculator. Oh, -2 for what? The x value or the y value? Oh yeah, it's definitely -2. You're right. Thank you. Because 2 divided by 1 is definitely 2, not 1. Good call. -2. There's a reason I have y'all check my work. -8. That'll look better. -2, -8. I'm going to plot that on the grid. Okay. Which way is this parabola going to open? Up. So is this a maximum or a minimum? So I can answer that question. I can rewrite the equation in vertex form. What is A? Good. X-intercepts. Well, skip for just a second. Concavity, because we already kind of answered that. Which way, what is concavity? Up. Okay, x-intercepts, we have a couple of options. We can factor it, we can use the quadratic formula, or we can, third option, probably the one I would use on this one, type it in the calculator and graph it and find the x-intercepts. And that's probably what I would do on this one, though you could factor or use the quadratic formula. Some of them I would choose factoring on. If it's an easy one to factor, factor it. So pick the method that's going to be the fastest. So I typed in the equation in my y1, and I typed a 0 in y2. Why did I type 0 in y2? And I want to find the intersection. My window's messed up. You might want to zoom it back to normal. Go to second, trace 5, and push enter 3 times, and I get 2 for one of the answers. I'm going pretty fast on this. Are we pretty efficient finding intercepts in the calculator? Anyone need me to slow down? Second, trace 5, move to the left. And then lets me know it was factorable, but with that 1/2, so I'm fine either way. So 2, 0, and I think that's enough to draw the parabola. Do we agree? Uh-oh, I did the vertex in the wrong spot, didn't I? Looks better, doesn't it? All right, any questions? And then draw the parabola. We'll see if I can do that. Whoops. It's going to be a challenge over here. Yeah, do a better job than that. But. Any questions about that so far? Okay, let's do another one. You try this one. So do the one on the right. Answer all the questions, graph it, find the X-intercept. Okay, so let's look at the next one. X equals negative b over 2a. Negative 24 divided by 6 is negative 4. Is that what y'all got for the x value? Negative 4. Oh, you're right. Good. Did everyone get a worksheet? No? Nate, did y'all got this? I didn't. Nate, did you got it? So we're all adding the two. Just one short. Oh, you got one? Okay, did everyone get one out? Everyone got the 4.
Yeah.
I get the 4. No, this one's due Monday. Tomorrow we'll have a work day of my 6-hour not having class. Tomorrow's just work with all today. 8. So my vertex form is negative 3 times x minus 4 squared plus 8. Which way does this one open? Down, I mean, got the 3's negative, so we open down, which means we have a good.
What's the equation? Using the y
This vertex form. At a times x minus h squared plus k. You know what I'm talking about? It wants you to get close to this. So just go to the right hand percenter one more time. Okay. Finding x-intercepts, did y'all do that? Oh, sorry. That's it. And that'll tell you this one should open straight down. 4, 8 is the vertex. And what do we get for the x-intercepts? 2 and what? 2.367. Is that what we got? And what about these? Point what? 6.3. Those are the 2 x-intercepts. On our graph, we're just going to have to estimate where those fall. Do that a lot better. Any questions about that? Okay, your homework is that worksheet. Tomorrow in class we will grade, what was it, page 172? 173. 179. We'll grade that in class tomorrow. The worksheet we'll grade on Monday. Tomorrow's the worksheet. You could put that.